Okay, it's day 3 of Bell's palsy. This morning when I woke up, there's still no change. I still couldn't spit out toothpaste when I tried this morning. When I untaped my eye again, I still had that white glaze effect over my eyes, so I think I'm either taping it up wrong or something's going wrong. I've tried just buying bigger tape size roll of tape. The other one I was using was a bit thinner. My eye doesn't close fully when I'm taping it either, so I just don't know if it's not covering it all and it's drying out and leading to that whiteness. It took a lot longer to clean out my eye this morning than it did the previous day, so hopefully this larger size tape will work. I'll find out once I test it out tonight anyway. Yeah, so in the morning when I woke up, my hands were a bit numb, tingly, like it was sort of cramping sort of feeling, which was a bit weird. I don't think it's actually related. It could just be dehydration or something else, even though I've been drinking enough water hopefully throughout the day. I didn't sort of find any sort of other differences. Everything just felt like it did the day before. Still couldn't eat properly in the morning. At the moment I can't chew solid foods that well. The back's left hand side of my mouth, if any food goes down there, it sort of stays down there. I have to physically move it. So I've just resorted to just eating boiled veg at night and just some cereal that I can make soggy in the mornings or something, just so if it does get stuck or does go down, it doesn't make me choke or anything. It will just be able to go down. It's just more probably of a safety thing or just procedure I'm just doing just for myself for the time being. Well, today was the first day I went to the acupuncture place anyway. I turned up to the acupuncture office. He asked me to fill out a couple of forms and he went through some family history, details of how I discovered I had Bell's palsy, what procedures and steps were taken, family, some background. He took my blood pressure and he just asked me to carry out some tests. They were just similar sort of tests that the doctor did when I went to A&E. Just facial movements. He wanted to judge and see like how bad the paralysis is on one side and so on. And once we finished doing all the little testing, he said, well, you're a typical Bell's patient from what I can see. 95% of people do recover from it within the first 4 or 5 weeks, a couple of months, within 3 months. There are the odd people who don't recover from it at all, like years later they still have issues or still have symptoms. While I was discussing all the stuff, I was telling about my father and he still got side effects from it. He said, well, like I said, not everybody recovers from it. Some people do still have things later on in life that they have, and again, you can always get a second bout of it within about 10 years. So even if you did recover from it the first time, you may still have side effects from it the second time and so on. I didn't really want to ask, is the situation with my father, is that going to work against me, like getting movement back in my face? I just sort of sidestepped it and just carried on with the questions he was asking and so on. So basically, I can't remember how long the questioning took. The guy was very calm. He's gone through, he's treated hundreds of Bell's patients in the past, but he was a bit surprised that I managed to get hold of him and book it so quickly. He said generally people that start coming to him are like months down the line and they've had no progress, and then they try to turn to acupuncture to try to get a recovery from it, because just waiting around doesn't work for them, or it's a lot more severe and somebody who's previously had it that severe has recommended it and so on. Because I did my own research looking online for stuff and just looking on YouTube and stuff, just all the people that had recoveries and what they had done, from just looking at that I found that most of them had done or at least tried acupuncture in there. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. It's just, if you've got the money to spend, then I would say spend it. If you don't, then obviously don't. You don't have much of a choice. Just do the best you can for whatever you can. It's not available on NHS in the UK. It's going to come out of your own pocket unless you've got some kind of medical insurance. As I'd left my previous job and I was meant to start a new one, and which I had to turn down because of my ACL injury, my medical cover wouldn't actually be covering me for this for the time being anyway. If I had stayed in the job, yeah, it would have, but what happens happens. it's not going to make a difference now. Well, anyway, after the general sort of testing and so on, he said, well, we're ready to go and start your treatment. He said, wait 1 minute, there's somebody in one of the rooms at the moment, I'm just going to see them off and then we'll get you in there. He went into the room, he must have removed the needles off the patient that was already in there, tidied up the room, cleaned it. The patient came out and he asked me to go and sit down and wait for him in there. As the patient was leaving, you could hear her thanking the doctor, saying he's done a really good job for what she's getting treated for, and it's really helped her with the pain she was having. And while we were going through this, while I was having my treatment, he had patients constantly in there, and all of them were praising him from what I can see. I don't know if it will help me with like what he's doing, but again, if a lot of people are saying the stuff he's doing is helping, then hopefully he knows what he's doing. Well, he came back into the room. This room was really hot. It was like a sauna type temperature to me, anyway. But he just asked me, "Is the room temperature okay, or do you need it turning down?" I said it was fine. If that's the temperature that works, then I'll just stick with whatever it is. As I haven't had any acupuncture before, I didn't know what to expect. He said, "We're going to take this sort of gently, ease you into it, just so you're not shocked by what I'm doing." He said generally in the first 2 weeks of this treatment, you should be having it twice weekly in there for the first 2 weeks, and it should ease you in. And the first 2 weeks is easing in. It's just basically trying to stop the paralysis going for any further than it is, because in the first 7 days or so it can get worse than what I've got it now. So even now, even with the treatment, it may be worse tomorrow morning than it is today. He started to put the needles in. He put two, like one in each hand, and then he put some in my face in the key spots that he says would affect it. And once he'd done that, he said, "I'll see you in 25 minutes." He left the room, and I was left to myself for 25 minutes. He said, "If you want to go sleep, you can go sleep. If you want to do something else, you can, but try not straining your eyes while you're doing it, like not watching phones or anything while you're in there, or playing on any sort of tablets or anything I could have brought with me." So 25 minutes passed. He came back in. He removed the needles. We came back outside. We agreed with some sort of times I would come for the next 2 weeks at least on there. And the information he was giving me is I need to keep my left hand, the face that's paralysed, warm. He said, because it's winter down here and it's cold outside. He said, don't keep letting the cold air hit it. The whole thing is it's inflamed nerves. Most people, he said, get it from some kind of infection, or that's what they believe anyway. He said, really, I was asking about muscles. There's lots of videos online saying do exercises for your facial things. He said, don't do anything in the first 2 weeks. It's a nerve that's affected. It's not a muscle. Doing facial exercises, he said, can trigger muscle memory to learn the wrong movements in the face. He said, if anything, just massage it to keep it warm and keep blood flow going to the area. He did say, don't watch TV and don't go on computers and on phones a lot, because my eye is straining. And he said, if you keep straining it while you're meant to be relaxing, it's a bad thing. He said, if you can get time off work for the next 2 weeks, do that, and try to avoid any sort of family stress or stress in general. I was ready to go to the gym after I was going there, because as I'm recovering from ACL surgery on my knee, I'm on the stage where I should be exercising and making it stronger. But he said, don't go to the gym for the next 2 weeks. Don't do any sort of physical exercise or anything that will strain you. You want to relax as much as possible and stay relaxed. So next 2 weeks it's going to be a bit interesting, because if I'm not at work, not training, like physical exercises, can't watch TV, not really on phones, it's going to be a bit boring, because there's not much to do. I can't really make conversation with people and sit around doing nothing all day. So we'll have to see how that goes. As for movements and stuff, I don't see any difference. I'll do the same exercises. Eyebrows up, so right eyebrow, left eyebrow, close my both eyes, close my right eye, close my left eye, closing properly, I can tell that. Smile, frown, the kissy face thing, wrinkle the nose, flare it. There's not much difference in any of that stuff at the moment. The only difference is, like, when I came back, it just feels a bit tighter around here. I don't know if that's just general from like the stuff that from the acupuncture stuff this morning. I did have some sort of tightness in the back of the ear this morning, and that's sort of gone, but I feel it there. But what I do notice is, for the last like 2 days or something, on the side of my eye, it is a bit more swollen up. There's veins there that they feel a lot more puffed up. It just could be because my eye's straining, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anything's related. But with the acupuncture stuff, he said don't expect it to see things in the first day. You know, some people just turn up for one day and then don't bother turning up again, and they're the ones that probably are the ones that like later on end up coming back months later saying there wasn't much change, so they're trying it again. So try to stick with it for at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just to see if there's any progress. That's what. So when we filled out these forms at the beginning, he took down all the details and he wrote down the notes of what I could and couldn't do. We're writing it down so at least we can see if there is any progress happening here. Whether the progress would happen without any acupuncture or not, I don't know. But at the moment, I have the means to try it. I will. I don't have anything else really to report for today. If this does take like 2 weeks minimum, I don't know if I'm going to do this daily or if I'll just skip this to 2 weeks. But yeah, we'll find out if there's less time I need to spend in front of the computer and so on. I don't know if I should just start uploading these now or wait until there's still something to show. So maybe in 2 weeks there might be a video up, or I might put it up before New Year's. It's only like a day left anyway. So anyway, also the other thing, from the first video and the second video, I was wearing different clothing and the lighting's different each time, so I couldn't really tell any sort of difference if anything was moving. So I'm going to try to keep similar clothing on each time, and hopefully I'm going to try to find a way to put get the same lighting with facing the camera the same way or something, because it slightly varies when I move around in here. The camera reacts to sort of light colours and stuff, and does an autofocus and so on, so I'm going to try to make it similar as possible to try to keep it relevant. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow.